dismissive and condescending.
I'm not.
Like, you don't take anything Tiffany says seriously.
It's hard to take anything somebody named Tiffany says seriously.
See, that's exactly what I mean.
Especially if that somebody is Tiffany Baxter, who would be an airhead even if her name was Ruth Bader Ginsburg. But it's not Tiffany I have a problem with, it's Chad.
Why Chad? He was just telling us about a new business idea.
You're right. You think he's actually gonna do it?
Why not? Tiffany definitely.
Very clever and sort of absurdist comedy short based around a couple who are having a typical late night conversation that is being overheard by a robber who is able to establish where all their valuables are in the house. I thought the piece was more interesting than you might think from the initial premise, mainly because of the quality of chemistry between the two leads. They had a really realistic sort of banter and back and forth that I thought was great in reflecting a natural dynamic that you would normally see with couples that have been together for quite some time, and I thought that it really contributed to sort of the excessive comedy and the absurdist backdrop of what will be the eventual ending of the robber coming and cleaning them out. I thought the piece really had a great match of the stylish apartment with cinematography. It really created a nice rhythm and pace that was easy to get into and was enjoyable to follow along. And I thought that ultimately the power of all the performances really were able to carry the piece to make it both make it both relatable and sort of clever in its dry humor that made it an endearing experience for me. So I ended up enjoying it, and I thought it was a well done piece.
We have this comedic element of this back and forth dialogue between this couple who it seems like are their dynamic is, you know, to get in under each other's skin by being more snarky than the last. You know, they are very snarky, cynical, dry humor, sarcastic type of couple. And the comedic part is, you know, she thinks there's a robber. He's telling her she's overreacting. But in fact, there is a robber and he's hiding in the closet. And because she is so concerned about there being a robber, she wants her, you know, her partner to go check for all the places where she hides anything valuable. And, you know, unlike most people who hide things valuable in safes or jewelry boxes, you know, she's hiding things in the oven, in the freezer, and every place that you wouldn't expect a robber to look. The only thing is the robber is listening in on her detailing and laying out a map of every single thing that is valuable in the house down to the dollar amount for some things. They mention a lot about them being untouchable, like not the type of people who would this or who would that. And so it's this aspect of privilege. People like us is the running joke that I kept hearing, and thinking that this whole aspect of privilege makes you makes you feel untouchable, makes you feel too comfortable, and it also makes you a target.
Really like the name of this film because it's so funny considering what the film is about. She really was the GPS for this robber who was in her house the entire time. And just the pure irony of it all, of she's so paranoid of, I don't want to say paranoid, but concerned with her pricey, expensive things being stolen, that she takes extra care and caution to make sure that they're safe. And in doing so, or by not checking it herself, she ends up directly getting, like, having them be stolen. I loved when we got to see the reveal of the robber just hiding in like a closet, and we're like, oh no, if only she had gone down herself, she would have just quietly checked all of her places and it would have been fine. But she detailed out every item, every location, the dollar amount that it was worth, and it was just a total jackpot for this robber at the end. So when I saw the robber then going and collecting all of the things, I was like, you know what? I don't even feel bad. I'm like, yeah, he didn't earn it, but you know, I was like, of course he's gonna take them, and like, how funny that it was given to him on a silver platter. Yeah, very, very funny piece. And you know, I like that the two characters are more or less, you know, a little unlikable, a little bit elitist, if you will. And so you don't feel quite as bad for them when the inevitable happens.
I think it's a really incisive meta comedy. It's very self-aware in all the right ways, which allows us to kind of grasp the social satire in a genuinely funny way. The way that this, middle class couples up in how elitism and the sheer paranoia of losing all their precious belongings, being nicked by obviously, the sort of lower classes. It was very astutely done. You really do end up rooting for the robber, which I think is a really interesting subversion. And the way that they end up giving away all the hiding places for their valuables to this robber, as a result of their sheer paranoia, they're trying to make sure it's all still there, but they're giving away the locations of all the precious stuff. I just think it's wickedly funny, and it's a genuinely clever subversion of these kind of narratives, and I think it just is a great little satire.
I love the writing in this one. The witty banter is so well done. I like the chemistry of the couple. You can really tell they challenge one another and actually enjoy the challenging. It was fun to watch the robber's humorous reactions to their discussion and how he gleefully makes note of the locations of the valuables. The stylish apartment setting is perfect for this professional couple. Clever choice of the upbeat tune The Entertainer as the robber cleans up.
This couple is chatty. Coming into the scene, reflecting on their evening, the husband is joking about his night, even taking a nod at Hitchcock. The wife hears a noise, sending her husband on a hunt, checking all of their valuables downstairs. What they don't realize is that there is someone in this house, and the audience is let in on the secret, and the burglar is eavesdropping on the conversation of the couple, and they're yelling across the house of where all the valuables are. The couple is comfortable with one another. It's alluded that they might have been maybe so communicative that this person ended up robbing their home, maybe making a nod that if you give too much information, you might be getting taken advantage of.
I'm personally a huge fan of Alfred Hitchcock, and I love this film as an homage to Hitchcock. In that respect, I thought this movie was so sort of joyous and really coming from a place of loving cinema and loving movies, and you can feel that when you're watching it. I thought, as an homage to Hitchcock, I think the film is pretty respectful. I thought it does justice to the genre, and it feels like a Hitchcock film.